Good morning, boys and girls. Mr. Baxter's Learning Channel is the place to be. There is lots of learning fun here for you and me. With some numbers here and some letters there. Lots of fun stories to share. Oh, Mr. Baxter's Learning Channel is the place to be. Happy Wednesday, boys and girls, and happy Hawaiian Wednesday to our Golden Isles Elementary School family. Our Digital Spirit Week, Distance Learning Spirit Week day today is Hawaiian Wednesday. So, in honor of that, I'm going to do a little ditty for you. You ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Oh man, I hope that gets you all in the Hawaiian feel like it does me. Boys and girls, it is Wednesday, March the 25th, and today we are going to go over our Mo Willems doodles from yesterday. We are going to go over we're going to go over a phonics worksheet. We are going to continue, got stuff slipping away from me. We're going to continue to add to our opinion writing organizer. And then we're going to go over a little bit of math. We're going to do our snap words. And Rickety Tickety has a book for us to read. Okay? So we're going to get started. Like I said, today is Hawaiian Wednesday at Golden Isles Elementary School. So we've got a aloha hat on. Aloha, boys and girls. I've got some leis here in the Hawaiian spirit. And then I've got my socks, my spaceman socks, and I got my spaceman shirt because my favorite thing about Hawaii, boys and girls, is that there is a super big space observatory there. And that's a place where you can go look at some really cool telescopes and look out into space and see all of the really cool things that happen out there. Did you know that they call out in space, they call all that really cool stuff, all the stars and everything, all the galaxies, they call that the cosmos. And that's why, boys and girls, Mr. Baxter named his dog Cosmo. And so he's sleeping yet again. He doesn't want to be on the video. We'll see if we can get him on here a little later. But before we're going to continue, you know what time it is. It's time for us to gather up. So I'm gathered here. Mabel's gathered here. Rickety Tickety's gathered here. And I would like for you all to gather with me, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's go. We are gathering on our phones and our screens. Everyone is here now. This is my own space now. We are here. We are here, boys and girls. We are here in my living room luau. All right. This is the new digital Baxter Beehive. All right. So here we go. Yesterday was the 24th, and if you tuned in to Mo Willems and saw his doodles, then you saw that he was dressed up really fancy. So everything that he did was about being fancy. So we wrote the number 24 really fancy with a couple of different colors there, and then he let us draw one of our favorite characters. You guys know Wilbur from, this is one of the mole rats from Naked Mole Rat. And this is Wilbur, who didn't understand why he had to put on any clothes. You're going to have to read that book and check out what happens with Wilbur, the Naked Mole Rat. And then the doodle of the day was for us to draw some fancy clothes with some patterns on it. So we got to draw some nice bell-bottom jeans with stripes. Here's some underpants with checkers. Here's a t-shirt with a nice polka dotted pattern, and there's one special dot that's different colored. And then here's some fancy shoes that he let us draw called wingtips. He said we don't really know why they're called wingtips because they don't help you fly or anything, but these were really, really fun to draw. So I hope you guys are getting to check in on that stuff. Next, it's our phonics time. So we are going to take a look at our phonics worksheet. We'll do phonics, then we'll do our writing, and then we'll take a look at our snap words, okay? So with our phonics, boys and girls, you're going to take a look at these first pictures, okay? And the pictures, we're doing the same thing. It's going to ask us to find the pictures that begin with the same digraph. And remember, a digraph is two letters that go together to make one sound. Exactly. So my top two pictures, boys and girls, is a spool of thread and a thumb. Do you guys hear the same first sound in thread and thumb? I do too. What do you think makes that sound? It makes us bite our tongue. That's right. It's a T and a H, like our snap word the or they. So we colored thumb and thread the same because they have the same beginning digraph. All right, next was a couple stalks of wheat, and then the arrow is pointing to the cat's whiskers. So we hear wheat and whiskers start with the same digraph. What digraph could that be? What do you hear? WH, that's right, whiskers. You're exactly right. So you would write your WH. Next, boys and girls, they gave us a couple of pictures and we wanted to find which digraph that the picture began with. So it's going to be at the beginning. So this is a picture of a baa black sheep. You're right. So which one of these digraphs would make the sh sound? That's right. It's the S and the H go together to make sh. You're exactly right. Next, it's like we were voting. Look, they put a big check. It's a check. Choo-choo, check. What makes the ch sound, boys and girls? What two letters go together to make that ch sound? That's right. It's our C and our H. Great job. So I hope you circled your CH for check and your SH for sheep. Next, they let us practice one of our snap words. This is the snap word. H-E-R-E spells here. You're exactly right. That's our snap word here. So we practiced tracing over that, and then we wrote the snap word here 1 and 2 more times. Next is that fun middle strip where we get to color all of the pictures that we hear the short from the U sound yellow. So taking a look, boys and girls, the first picture is a tub. Do you hear in tub? I sure do, so that's why we colored it yellow. Next, I see a picture of a fan. This fan, I don't hear the short sound in fan. I hear a short A sound, so we X that off. Next is a medical kit. You're exactly right. That's a kit. I don't hear the short sound in kit, so I mark that one off also. Next, boys and girls, I see a couple of pieces of chewing gum. You're exactly right. Do you hear that sound in gum? I do, so that's why we colored gum yellow. And next, boys and girls, last is a picture of a dump truck. I actually hear 2 short sounds in dump truck, so that's why we colored that one right there yellow also. All right, down here, boys and girls, we have a picture of a recycling bin. So we could take a look. They gave us our first beginning sound, B, and our ending sound, M. So we needed to figure out which one of these vowels are going to give us the short I sound for bin. So was it I from I? Yes, you're exactly right. That's why I colored in the I and I wrote my I in the middle to finish the word B in bin. And then I wanted to take a look over here. I had to think long and hard about what this was. They gave us 3 spaces, so I knew it was going to be 3 letters. And I noticed it was a bear, but I know bear has 4 letters. And then I thought, wait a minute, that looks like a young bear, like a baby bear. So it's a bear cub. You're right. So that's why we had to write in our C for K, our U for and a B for B to make the word B. Great job, boys and girls. Great job. I hope that you can make your phonics worksheet look like mine. We are off and rolling. Take a sip. Go Mariners. All right. We're going to continue this Hawaiian Wednesday. I'd like for you guys to get out your opinion paper organizer, okay? And we are working on the 3rd spot. Now the third spot's directions say to give lots of reasons. We're going to give at least 1, 2, 3 reasons to support our little story that supports our opinion. Remember, my opinion was I think people should wash their hands. My little story was one day there was a lot of germs that made people sick. So I wanted to give you guys 3 reasons that support my little story so that I can add them to my paper when we go to write our opinion story, okay? So my first reason was that people got sick. All these germs around and people got sick. That's a big reason to me that people need to wash their hands. Second, boys and girls, for me, is that we cannot go to school. It's really making me miss being able to go to my classroom, so that I wish people would wash their hands and we can get all this gone and we can go back to school. And number 3 is that we miss our friends. That's right, because all of us are missing our friends in the Baxter Beehive and up and down the hallways at Golden Isles Elementary. So anyway, this is how I added 3 reasons to support my story that supports my opinion. And boys and girls, tomorrow we will get to give ourselves our fix-it idea, okay? Don't forget, tomorrow's Mr. Baxter's birthday, so we'll be having a party here on the video. All right, now we are going to go over our snap words, and then we'll get into our math time. All right, so the 5 snap words I have for you today, guys, are dun 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 dun. You ready? The first one is what I hope you guys are doing and having some of this at your house with your family. The first one is the word fun. That's right. Take a look at the word fun. Now in fun, I see 1 tall letter, 2 small letters. It's got 3 letters in all. It's the letter F-U-N, and it spells fun. You're exactly right. Our next one is where I hope everyone is. Hope everyone's staying in. That's right. Staying at your house. You're staying in. Let's take a look. Both of these letters are small. I noticed that it has 1 vowel and 1 consonant. Both of the letters are small, and it says the word I-N, in. Great job. Next is one of our favorite 1-letter words. It is I. You're exactly right. I, when it's by itself, is always going to be a tall letter. It's going to be capital. Each time we write that word I, we're going to have a capital I. Great job. Next, boys and girls, is what we have done the last couple of days. We've gotten outside, we've gotten some movement, but when we've been inside doing our work, we have sat. You're right, we can say it. We can robot talk this word, at. I see a small word inside the word sat. It's at. We put our s in front of it. S-A-T spells sat. You're exactly right. And last, boys and girls, is a 2-letter word. It is the word go. I notice it's got 2 letters. This first letter falls below our foot line. So make sure if you're writing your G-O, you write your circle from the belt line down to the foot line, and then that monkey tail is going to fall to make G-O. And G-O spells go. You're exactly right. Thank you, Mabel, for holding on to those. Slide them back in our sight word sleeve. And Mabel can hold on to them for us again. All right, next, we're going to ring our bell so that we can get into our math time. You're exactly right. All right, remember, don't tense up. Remember, we got to be loose. Get everything loose so you can get that brain loose and warmed up and ready. Ready? It is math time. Every time I ring our bell, boys and girls, Cosmo pops his head up and looks around. We'll see if we can get him on camera later on. All right, so here's the math sheet we're looking at, boys and girls. It's going to have the word 5 on it. You've got a number 5 right here, and the top picture is going to be lots of basketballs. They put basketballs on our March theme worksheet because we're supposed to be having March Madness right now, but we're all inside practicing that social distancing and doing the right thing. So, boys and girls, you remember we're working on our touch and count, and then once we get to a group of 10, we're going to circle it. You're exactly right. So once we circle that, it'll tell us how many 10s we have and how many 1s we have. So let's touch and count our basketballs all together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to circle. Oh, I can't get my top off. There we go. So I can circle those that I've already counted. All right, so now I can go back and I can use that easy counting. I start at the number 10 because I know all the ones inside my circle are 10. So we were right here, we said 10. Now we have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. You're exactly right. There are 17. So I have 10 inside of my circle and I have 7 outside of my circle. Giving me 10 and 7 is 17. I have one group of 10s and I have how many left over? 7. That's right. So I have 1 10 and 7 ones, giving me the number 17. Now, we always like to put that basketball in the hoop. So we're going to count our basketball hoops, okay? You ready? Get ready. Point and count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I'm going to stop right there and I'm going to circle. Circle this group of 10. That's going to help me figure out how many 10s and 1s that I have. All right, so look at our basketball nets there. Here's where my circle stops. So I know inside the circle I've got 10, and then I'm going to keep counting on 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's right, great job. So 15 is a 1 and a 5. And so I can look over at my picture and figure out how many 10s I have and how many 1s I have. I have one circle, so that tells me I have 1 10. And how many are outside of my circle? 5. That's right. So I've got 5 1s left over. 1 10 and 5 1s gives us the number 15. You're right. Now, speaking of the number 5, that is the number word that they wanted us to practice today. Let's touch under each letter and spell the word 5. F-I-V-E, 5. Notice it's got 1 tall letter, 3 small letters. So then they gave us a space to go ahead and practice writing the word 5 on your own. Hope that you're using that headline, belt line, and foot line to practice forming those letters correctly. Now, boys and girls, look down here. Look down here. We're getting up to one of our biggest numbers we've worked with yet. I see 2 sticks here. Now remember, there are 2 sticks. When they give us a stick, how many is going to be in each stick? 10. You're exactly right. And what do we do if we see a group of 10? We circle it. Now, if I see 2 10 sticks, how many circles am I going to need to make? 2. You're exactly right. So let's circle both of our 10 sticks. There's 1 and there's 2. Now, 2 10 sticks will give us 2 circles because we circled 1 group of 10 and 2 groups of 10. Now, boys and girls, you mathematicians and Baxter Bees can count by 10s. So if we're going to say 2 10s, we're going to say 10 and you're right, 20. 10, 20. So 10 and 10 more is going to give us the number 20. Now in 20, we write a number 2 first and a 0 because the 2 in the 10s is showing us we have 2 10s to give us 20. You're exactly right. Now, we were able to color our 10 frames over here on the side to match how many we have in our 10 sticks. I'm going to break some apart and put them on our 10 frames to see if they will match all the 10 frames that we colored over here. I've got all 20 spaces colored over here. Wonder why? Is it because we have 20 over here? Let's check and see. All right, so just like on our paper, guys, I've got 1 blue 10 stick and 1 red 10 stick. We'll put those there, and here's our 10 frames. Let's break them apart to see if we can make them match. First, I'll work with my red 10 stick. We're going to count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across the top. So there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now my top 10 frame is covered with all 10 of my red cubes. Does that match my paper? Yes. So 10 red cubes go in the top 10 frame, giving us 10 all together right now. Now I'm going to work with my blue 10 stick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now I've got my top 10 frame covered with my with my red cubes, and my bottom 10 frame all covered with my blue cubes. Does that match our 10 frames on our picture? Yes, it does, because 10 red cubes and 10 blue cubes is going to give us 20 all together. Great job, guys. You're doing some excellent math work. All right, so that's it for our worksheet portion of today. I'm going to put all of our cubes back together, and then we are going to do a quick nonfiction reading lesson, boys and girls. All right, because you guys know in Baxter B's class, we are super avid readers. And we know that there are two types of reading, right? We've got storybook reading, which is fiction, and then we've got nonfiction reading, which is information. That's for those books that are trying to teach us something. So today I thought we would have a quick review on what it means to be an avid nonfiction reader. So when you're taking a look at those information books that are trying to teach you something, here's a couple of things to be on the lookout for. As an avid nonfiction reader, you are paying close attention to your books. Now, so Rickety Tickety has a book for us today called What is Gravity? So this is a nonfiction book that's going to try to teach us all about gravity. You're exactly right. Taking a look at the picture, I see a little kid throwing a ball, and with gravity, the ball is going to go up and come back down. So take a look here. Rickety Tickety, if you'll hold on to that for us. I'm going to show you guys some important things to look out for when you are doing your nonfiction reading. So first, take a look here, guys. It says avid nonfiction readers. The first thing that avid nonfiction readers do is we think, wow. Yes, there's so much information in a nonfiction book that each time you're taking a look at those pages, you should think, wow, what in the world? What is this book trying to teach me? Look at all these brand new informational facts that I had no idea about. So you should be thinking, wow, the whole time. Next, avid nonfiction readers are going to ask questions. We're going to be wondering the whole time we're reading, like, huh? Why? Where does this happen? When do they do that? What makes this happen? All right, those are some of the questions that avid nonfiction readers can ask themselves. And next, guys, the last thing that avid nonfiction readers do is we use fancy topic words. Here's the example they give us. They're reading a book about bees, all right? And some of the fancy words that you would see with bees are going to be like pollen and nectar. So guys, since we are going to be reading a book today about gravity, we're going to be looking out for fancy words that have to do with gravity. You're exactly right. So I'm going to move our anchor chart out of the way. And I'm going to actually move our table out of the way. And I'm going to come down here and join you guys so we can read together. Okay? So let me move our table back just a little bit. All right. This gets us a little bit closer, and we can use these avid nonfiction reader strategies back here to take a look at our book. Okay, so the book is What is Gravity? Here's our book. What is gravity? So as an avid nonfiction reader, I'm already thinking, wow, gravity's cool, but I'm also thinking, what is gravity? Where does it happen? Is there a who? A how? A lot of how is going to be asked here with gravity. All right. What happens when you throw a basketball at a net? Those two things were on our worksheets today, right? What happens when you throw a basketball at a net? Does it keep flying up, or it goes down into the net? You're exactly right. I wonder what in the world makes that basketball go down instead of keep traveling up. Let's read to find out. cool skateboarding. Can you think of other... Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped a page. I had to ask myself, does that look right? Does that sound right? It didn't. They didn't answer the question. So always make sure we're paying attention and we're not skipping ahead on our pages. Remember, our question was, what makes a basketball come down? What happens when you throw a basketball at the net? Well, the ball goes up, then it comes back down through the net. Swoosh! It falls to the ground. I'm wondering, what makes that happen? Can you think of other things that go up and then come down? I see a guy on a skateboard, and I see somebody swinging. They go up and come back down. A diver jumps on the end of a diving board. She flies up into the air, then turns and goes back down into the water. I wonder what stops her from keep going up, 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 up in the air. A baseball player hits a ball high into the air. The ball comes back down to the ground. I wonder why it doesn't keep going up, 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 all the way up into the sky. Someone catches it. You're out. Did you hear how I had to change my voice there to match that punctuation? I saw an exclamation point. Things fall to the ground because of gravity. Right. Gravity pulls things down. Oh, okay. So, wow, that makes sense. That makes sense now that basketball wouldn't keep flying up, or that baseball wouldn't keep flying up, or the diver wouldn't go up into the sky. It's because gravity is pulling them back down. So gravity is definitely one of our fancy topic words. You cannot see gravity, but it is always there. A skier can zoom down a hill because of gravity. You can zip down a slide because of gravity. Makes sense now. Gravity pulls on everything. Why does rain fall down instead of up? Because of gravity. That's right. Wouldn't that be silly if rain was coming up instead of falling from the sky? I love a good rain shower, though. Gravity pulls harder on heavier objects. Try this. Pick up a doll, but be very careful. Now try to lift up a friend. Is your friend lighter or heavier than the doll? So you could try that today. You don't have to pick up any body at your home, but you can try picking up two items, like maybe a baby doll and then maybe a book, and see which one feels heavier and which one do you think gravity is pulling harder on. Gravity pulls down very hard on heavy weights. The weightlifter has to work hard to lift them. So since we know gravity pulls down on heavier things, look at all that weight in the picture. I bet gravity is pulling really hard and that person's having a struggle to push that stuff up. She's doing a great job. Look at that beautiful apple tree. Gravity always pulls things downward. Downward might be an important word for us to think of. Apples fall straight down from a tree. Another cool thing about nonfiction books is they're going to use real photography, so you get to see real pictures of what the topic they're talking about. What happens if you throw a snowball sideways? Does it keep flying in a straight line, or do you think it'll fall down? It will still fall down. What if you throw a ball straight up? Does it keep going up, up, up? Or like in the picture, it will still fall down. What makes it fall down? Gravity. You're right. You can test gravity. Here's something cool for you to do at home. If you guys have blocks, maybe a soft bouncy ball, place a ball on a ramp. Maybe ramp might be one of those fancy topic words. Let it go. Which way does it roll? Does it roll up the ramp or down? Did you try it? When you try it, I believe it's going to roll down. And I want you to think about why. You can try this one at home too. Jump up. You will always come back down because gravity has got its grip on you. Even if you're on a trampoline, bouncing higher and higher, you still come back down because that gravity is pulling on you. Oh, so awesome. Remember, one of our avid reading strategies is to use fancy topic words. So most of your nonfiction books are going to give you a page like this that are going to give you words you know. So take a look. First thing they talked about was the basketball. Remember? Basketball, the gravity pulls the basketball back down through the hoop. Next was a diving board. Remember the diver jumped up, turns and comes back down into the pool? Here's a ramp for that experiment that you could try at home. There's a skier, and here is a weightlifter. And that is the end of our nonfiction book. I hope that you guys enjoyed it on the topic of gravity that goes along with our space theme, playing off our Hawaiian theme. And I hope that you were able to use our avid nonfiction reading strategies, thinking, wow, gravity made me definitely think, wow. Asking questions. I always wondered why in the world balls kept going up, and divers went up, and why skiers could zoom so fast down hills. And then we were able to use our fancy topic words to talk about the topic of gravity. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this Wednesday video. Baxter B parents, be on the lookout. At 8:30 this morning, we're going to have 3 files go out on the Seesaw app. And then I will be contacting a few of you on the phone today. So be on the lookout for that. I hope that you guys have a wonderful Wednesday. And I will see you here tomorrow morning on my birthday. Baxter out.